And good afternoon, Willimantic USA. We are back for another episode of State of the Art with Chris Beaudry here on 95.3 FM, WILI 1400 Good Company. I'm here with J. Matt Rupar. Hello, J. Matt Rupar. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. This show is sponsored by Yono Willimantic. I want to thank Angie, Jacques, and the team over there at Yono, not only for sponsoring the show, but for bringing health and wellness to our region and our town and city in a very big way. Yono is such a spectacular place. They have 2 yoga studios, 2 float tanks, an infrared sauna, and so much more. Yono Willimantic. Check them out if you want to beat those winter blues, man. It's getting darker earlier and earlier.
It's crazy.
Man. As much as I like the fall, I'm a big fall guy. I do not like the daylight savings that I think is happening in like first or second week in November, right?
Yeah,
that
I think
fall
you're
back
right.
stuff. When are we going to get rid of that, man?
I hear they were like talking about it.
I know they're always talking
They're
about
always
it, but
talking
geez,
about
just
it.
take action. Like farmers will figure it out.
I think they will. I think they will.
Is it still for them? I don't know. Is it like people say it's also for like shopping? I don't know what it's for, but it's miserable. So, but with the fall comes all the fall things, and we are in the full swing of getting ready for the big one, Halloween, one of my favorite holidays. And you can start to see all of the storefronts in Willimantic. I love it. Over at Spiral Arts, they're doing kind of like a Main Street Halloween mask. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
So Danny and her team are putting Halloween masks that were made at Spiral Art Studios around town and challenging people to do a sort of scavenger hunt to see how many you can find. Anyway,
those were made at Spiral Arts?
I believe so.
Those were cool. I like that. They look really cool.
Yeah, Spiral Arts is great. They don't just do the ceramic wheel spinning pottery stuff. They do mold, clay molding stuff. They do, any kind of painting. They did a stained glass thing the other day that was super popular, sold out. So there's try it nights. You can try anything that Spiral has to offer. SpiralArtStudio.com, I believe, is the website. Anyway, some really great fun things going on over there to get your creative side on. And what else is going on? Halloween, as I mentioned, is coming up. Jeez, oh my gosh, we're like 2 weeks and change out from Halloween. Can you believe that?
No.
Me neither. What are you going as?
Something scary myself. Yeah.
Something scary. You're going as yourself?
Yeah,
Is that what you
man.
said
Yeah.
there? No. Not scary, man. Come on. So you haven't decided.
No,
You
I
haven't thought. yet.
I'm going to be here. So I think, actually, what day is it on? Actually, I don't. What day is
It
Halloween
goes
on?
a radio tower.
That'd be cool.
It's on Friday of all
Oh,
nights.
nice.
Yeah, perfect night. So I mentioned this because, of course, Willimantic Renaissance, Inc., the lovely organization that brings you such things as the Third Thursday Street Fest, the River Room here on Riverside Drive, Blocktoberfest as of recent. We're going to have to do a rundown of how that went. But we are in the throes of planning Trick or Treat on Main Street in conjunction with the Wyndham Rec Department and Debbie Fisk over there. So from 5 to 7 on Halloween night, we will close down Main Street a la the Third Thursday Street Festival, about 4 or 5 blocks of Main Street, and invite children, families, young adults, anybody who wants to come out, hear live music, trick or treat door to door from the participating businesses, and really just enjoy a fun evening, safe on Main Street. We're going to block the road like we do with Third Thursday. The Willimantic PD is very, very helpful in assisting with that. But from 5 to 7, come out and support your local Main Street and small businesses and load up on candy. There's going to be live music again in front of the WILI studio from which we're broadcasting. There will be Weekend on Wednesday, a favorite, and I think they're going to be a regular for this Trick or Treat on Main because they really bring a great show. They do a lot of noticeable, recognizable covers from the last 30 years of popular music. And they just have such a polished product to them. They were a performer at the Celebrate Mansfield Festival again this year, but we love Weekend on Wednesday. And then we're also going to have a DJ and then a second band. So there's going to be 2 bands on either side of the Trick or Treat on Main Street festivities, and then a DJ in the middle. And then, of course, local businesses handing out candy to the masses. So a lot of fun. And also this year we have a little bit of a different thing happening. We have a pre-game, free Trick or Treat on Main Street thing happening over at the Willimantic Food Co-op. They're going to be offering warm cider and hot chocolate
Nice.
for people starting, I think, maybe 4:30. Don't quote me on the exact time, but you can most likely find out on their social medias. I'm going to navigate over there right now. But anyway, they are inviting folks to come and get warm and gear up, get ready for the Trick or Treat on Main before 5 p.m. over at the Co-op for free hot apple cider and free hot chocolate. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Again, Halloween on Friday, October 31st from 5 to 7, Trick or Treat on Main Street. So check that out. What else is going on? We have our 6th open mic installment at the River Room tonight, and that would make 6 that J. Matt Rupar has not been to yet.
Oh, man. Call me out.
Calling him out live on air here. When are you going to come to open mic?
When I'm not working?
Yeah,
that's like the hard
tough.
part, because it's like I get off like
I feel you, man.
after it starts. So
Yeah, you're a busy boy over here.
yeah,
at,
sorry, man.
at the
I want to
WI.
make it though. I mean, I've only heard great things about everything you've done there. So I mean,
Oh man, you're too kind. Yeah,
you do good. You do
people
good,
don't
man.
see me behind the scenes. I can be a tough cookie to work with on occasion for those who are close to me, but they know I'm doing it all out of love. Come
right.
on. Anyway, our 6th open mic will be at the River Room Performing Arts venue tonight, Tuesday, October 14th. Sign-ups and the doors open at 6:30, and then the festivities and fun start at 7 o'clock and go until 10 o'clock. And you may say, wow, 3 hours of open mic, that's a long time. Well, it always packs out. So we have between, I would say, 15 and 20 acts per open mic.
Nice.
And I always, allot the time that a performer can get based on the number of signups. And it always ends up being like a 10-minute, 2-song limit because there's so much interest in performing at this. And I get a lot of calls leading up to it. So people, asking, if there's space. But it is first come, first sign up. So if you're looking to perform or just come and enjoy, it is free and open to the public. We do ask, if you're able, a $5 plus donation, suggested donation. And that benefits the keeping our lights on at the River Room. We are, again, a nonprofit project of Willimantic Renaissance, Inc., but it also goes to supporting the opening act. Unfortunately, we don't have one this time around, so I may just break out my saxophone and,
I like that.
and do a little tooting up front, yeah, but full bands come out. If you're curious about what kind of performances, what kind of music comes out, it's literally anything and everything. It's not just music. We have poets, we have comedians, we have people sharing visual arts. I had a lovely lady share a story about her father and his time in the service during World War II, and she came with photos and really had a really sweet just backstory and gave us information on her father who supported and died, lived and died for his country in World War II. So we get anything and everything, full bands. We get solo performers. We have a house piano that is available for use. We have a house drum set available for use. And then, bring your guitars. We have all the microphones. So we are ready for you tonight at the 6th edition of the River Room Open Mic. Again, doors at 6:30, sign up at 6:30, and the acts start at 7 p.m. What else is going on this week at the River Room? Dance classes. Our 3rd 6-week session of dance classes starts tomorrow, Wednesday, October 15th. We have signups starting at 5 p.m. If you're new or returning, if you're returning, you know the drill. It's a 6-week course taught by the ever-popular instructor from the Willimantic area, Oswaldo Tirano, and his Grasshopper Arts is the name of his business. He's been teaching at places like the Wyndham Community Center, Garibaldi's restaurant, and now he's kind of made the River Room his dance home. So the next 6-week session starts tomorrow, Wednesday, October 15th. We have 3 levels. They are 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m., 1 hour each, and we have Latin and salsa for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So if you have 2 left feet, like I do, then, the beginner might be for you. But if you've had some experience dancing salsa, bachata, merengue, all of the wonderful Latin American dance steps and more, Oswaldo will be your encyclopedic knowledge instructor because he really has a grasp of all of the different styles He can teach you to move to any different style of music, and we just love him. He was one of the demonstrators at Blocktoberfest.
Okay.
And did kind of like a flash dance mob thing in the middle of the festivities there between sets by the Soul Jars. And he had like 7 or 8 dancers from the classes that volunteered to do
nice.
the Blocktoberfest demonstration, and they were so much fun.
Didn't he do Street Fest too? Like dress up as a few things.
He's a man of many talents. Let me tell you, he has his stilts business, but he's creative with it. He doesn't just like put on the stilts and walk around like a tall guy. He either has like a basketball hoop that he can lift up to 12 feet when he's on those stilts, and people find it fun to try to shoot the ball. And then he also uses his stilts to do a giant life-size camel puppet.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So his what did he call it? Carmel the camel. Say that 10 times fast. But a lot of fun. And then he works a lot of times with his wife Ida, who is a teacher at the Windham Public Schools. And Ida's actually organizing a wonderful kind of quinceañera dance thing that will be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. And I think they're culminating in just a few days with some students at Windham High School. And that's going to be videotaped. And so they get involved with the youth and with the community and dancers of all ages. And so if you haven't tried his dance classes at the River Room, I recommend them. You can learn more, read the descriptions, read the 6-week dates at riverroomwillie.com. Also, if you join the dance classes, you get so much added value from this. So we have 2 levels, $89 and $99 for 6 weeks, 6 classes for that price.
Nice.
Right? But on top of that, if you sign up for any dance class at the River Room, you get a discount code for any show at the River Room, 10% off. So,
nice.
You're already like you're recouping that entry fee. Also, in addition to the discount code, you get to participate, if you pay the $99, participate in a dance social that we're holding, the first of its kind. We're calling it the Pre-Halloween Latin Dance Social. That'll be on October 24th from 7:30 until 10 p.m. And it's just a fun night of dance. Oswaldo will be there. A lot of the members of the dance classes will be there, but we're opening it to the community. It's a $15 ticket, and it gets you 2.5 hours of the dance dance social, where Oswaldo will be present. So if you have any dance questions or want to refine one of your steps, he will be there at your beck and call. But also we're going to have music. We're going to have complimentary refreshments in that ticket price. And it's just going to be a lot of fun pre-Halloween. So, Friday, October 31st, Halloween itself is going to be, I'm sure, just like busy everywhere.
Yeah.
Not only is it Halloween, but it's a Friday, right? But the dance class, the dance social at the River Room will be the week before Halloween. So Friday, October 24th. Check it out at riverroomwillie.com. Also our socials, River Room Willimantic on Facebook and Instagram. So that's going on. We had a little bit of a twist and turn with this Saturday's show. We were going to have the great Al Copley. However, due to some health concerns, Al unfortunately had to postpone his date. So if you're looking for tickets for this Saturday's show, you won't find them. Well, you'll see the event on our website saying postponed. And we wish Al the very best in his recovery, but we are postponing it. So it's not that dire. He will be back with his quintet. Al Copley, of course, if you know this man, he is a prolific pianist and singer and was one of the founding members of Roomful of Blues, the famous jump blues band out of Rhode Island from the 1970s. And, we have a lot of those members. We had Duke Robillard, who was the lead of that first iteration of Roomful of Blues. And they're still around, and they still play, and they still have residencies. The Knickerbocker in West Ridley, Rhode Island, has been home to them for many, many years. But we love all those musicians, and we wish Al the best, and we look forward to rescheduling his show that was scheduled for this Saturday, October 18th. What else is going on? So the next show at the River Room, we have a bye week this week. The next show will be on October the 25th. And this woman is absolutely spectacular. Her name, Layla Sear. She is a jazz vocalist, trumpeter, and composer and band leader out of the Hartford area. But she has really made her mark on the music industry. She's done world tours with Esperanza Spalding, the famous jazz bassist, Kennedy Center honoree. I don't know if she was a Kennedy Center honoree, but she did play the White House.
Wow.
And she has been surrounding herself with the greatest musicians to ever walk the planet, including the great Wayne Shorter, with whom she co-wrote an opera, the great Milton Nascimento, a Brazilian just prodigious composer, instrumentalist, singer. And so Layla has been in the band. I mean, she's rubbed shoulders with greatness. She's bringing her jazz quintet to the River Room on Saturday, October 25th. A composition of musicians from the Hartford area and abroad, Boston, New York. All of these musicians in their own right are top of the world when it comes to jazz. Layla actually sat in with the band when we had one of our first shows at the River Room. That was Ian Facchini and Natalie Cressman, the Brazilian duo from the West Coast that came over. And Layla, I guess, had attended a camp in Washington or Oregon state, which was a Brazilian music camp, and they actually met over there. And so when the group came from the West Coast, Layla was invited to sit in with the band. So I'm going to reach out to everybody who was there that night because they heard firsthand how wonderful of a singer Layla is, but they may not have realized that she's also a consummate trumpet player, too. She's a badass trumpet player. So Layla Sear Quintet on Saturday, October 25th at the River Room. Really looking forward to that one. And from there, we're going into November. November 1st, we have the Pomfret Folk Brigade, which is the Singer in the Round. Have you heard about the whole Singer in the Round
No.
format? So Singer in the Round is a folk singer format, and basically it's a format where multiple singers or songwriters perform on a single stage, usually in a circle. We'll do like a semicircle at the River Room with the audience seated around them. And the River Room stage, you've seen it, right? It kind of lends itself to that format because it's a corner stage, and in the front we do like 4 tables kind of circular around the stage. But each performer in a Singer in the Round usually takes turns playing a song, and the other musicians may join in with harmonies or instrument parts. The format is popular for its intimate and interactive feel. So the Pomfret Folk Brigade is going to be exactly that, an intimate feel. And we have in the band, firstly, the Connecticut State Troubadour, that is Kayla Farnham. We have the great Seamus McMullen, who will probably be at the open mic tonight. He's batting 3 for 3, the last open mics. Really great singer-songwriter from Pomfret. We have Howie Burson and his wife Sally Rogers, who have both made their mark regionally, nationally on the folk circuit. Howie plays banjo. Sally plays all kinds of instruments, different instruments, from mandolin to all the stringed instruments. So that's going to be Saturday, November 1st at 7:30 p.m. In November, we are starting our shows a half an hour early because, as I mentioned, when it gets dark out so early, people start getting a little sleepy come 4:30 when it's pitch black out there.
Man, I'm tired now. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Let's not start that just yet, but we're going to do an earlier show time so that you can deal with your circadian rhythm a little bit better, right, in November. Friday, November 7th, we are thrilled to welcome one of the area's greatest impresarios with music. He has won the Reader's Choice, Chronicle Reader's Choice, probably decades in a row for being the Entertainer of the Year. And we are, of course, talking about Bruce John and his Genre Jam Band. Say that fast. Genre Jam. I want to say Genre Jam.
I can't even say it once, Chris. Come on. I don't know.
But so it's a new project that Bruce has started, relatively new, and it includes, among other people, his new son-in-law. His daughter was married, I believe, this past summer, if not last summer. But anyway, Sean Riddle, Bruce's son-in-law, is an excellent upright acoustic bassist. So he's got Sean in the band. He has, who else is in the band? Peggy Ann Cantos Harvey, who is in bands like Patty Tuitt's band, Bruce's band, but she is a multi-instrumentalist. And when I say multi, I mean multi. I would love to see her instrument or music room at her house. I'm sure it's just like wall to wall.
That'd be so cool to see. Yeah, I can imagine.
She's probably stressing out the beams in her house by hanging up all the instruments she plays. She plays everything from saxophone to fiddle to harmonica. She sings backup vocals, but talk about a Renaissance woman. Peggy Ann Cantos Harvey is the musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, just extraordinaire. She's a member of this group. Jim Mersick is another member of the band. And then, as mentioned, Bruce's son-in-law, Sean Riddle. So that's the Bruce John genre jam band. Oh my God! On Friday, November 7th at 7:30, 20% of ticket sales are going to in honor of Bruce's continued work at the Covenant Soup Kitchen with the Breadbox Theater. We're going to donate 20% of ticket sales to this show to support the Covenant Soup Kitchen, which does wonderful work feeding our community, an absolutely essential service here in any community. I mean, the prices of food skyrocketing.
They're struggling right now too, from what I've heard. I mean, I heard like 400 pounds of food a day they're short or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
So we're going to do what little we can to help with that, and hopefully continue to do more work. Working with our social services net here around town. Willimantic is such an altruistic and caring town, and the epitome of that is Bruce and his lovely wife Therese John's work at the Covenant Soup Kitchen. So we're happy to support in a small way, and we're thrilled to have Bruce play his first headline show. Bruce, such a kind soul, generous man, donated his first official performance at the River Room when we had our opening weekend.
That's right.
We had an open house with Bruce, and he set up shop in there. But this is like the name and lights kind of feature presentation that is happening on Friday, November 7th. So make sure you get your tickets now. That's going to be a popular show. And we just announced a show on November 14th. Director of Jazz Studies from the University of Connecticut, Earl McDonald, will be bringing a newly commissioned piece to the River Room that he is calling the Black Square Ensemble. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Black Square Ensemble. So I believe Professor McDonald received grant funding for this, or something from the university. But it is a I'm going to get into the page here. A multimedia kind of presentation that combines opera, jazz, global sounds, and poetic works confronting climate, justice, and the human condition. So Professor McDonald has teamed up. Firstly, the project is inspired by paying homage to Kazimir Malevich's 1915 painting Black Square, a stark revolutionary work that shattered convention and embraced abstraction. And like its namesake, the ensemble challenges expectations, breaking away from the stylistic boundaries in favor of an expressive language rooted in innovation, abstraction, and purposeful artistry. Professor McDonald's compositions don't simply draw from classical and improvisational traditions. They weave them together like strands of a tapestry, creating a soundscape that is intricate yet effortlessly fluid. And if you know anything about Professor Earl McDonald, he is a prolific composer. He was a member of the Maynard Ferguson Jazz Orchestra Big Band. I actually saw them back in the day. Remember Husky Blues, Matt?
Yeah.
So back in the day, Maynard Ferguson brought his big band there. I had to be all of 14 years of age, so to witness this, I mean, I think it was one of the formative experiences in my musical life, seeing a band of that caliber. And Earl, Professor McDonald, had held the piano chair at the time, and I believe he had a hand in arranging and writing for the big band as well. So that's a feather in his cap. But he is Director of Jazz Studies at the University of Connecticut now, and his accolades include a 2022 Covenant Award from the GMA Canada. Earl is from Canada. The Connecticut Office of the Arts in 2020 Artistic Excellence Award. And Earl was also awarded the Sammy Nestico Award for Big Band Arranging, which is no small feat. Sammy Nestico Award is a big one for big band arrangers. And he's actually had 2 Juno nominations for Jazz Album of the Year. That's like the Canadian Grammys. Junos, right? And as a composer and pianist, McDonald's work bridges jazz and classical traditions. If you've heard, he did this one ensemble. It was great. He did like an arrangement of the Beatles' Blackbird with cello and percussion. I believe the percussionist was that will be on this performance at the River Room, the Black Square Ensemble, Ruggiero Bacata, who is featured on multiple Grammy-winning and nominated albums. Bacata, he's collaborated with jazz greats like Maria Schneider, who plays the Newport Jazz Festival like every other year. He's played with Danilo Perez, who, as I mentioned, Wayne Shorter. Danilo is a professor at the Berklee College of Music, but also was a regular member in the Wayne Shorter Ensemble Quartet. And then Ruggiero Bacata, who will be on this gig, also is has played with Brazilian legends, including the late great. He just passed recently, Hermeto Pascal, and his expertise in Brazilian rhythms is sought after. He teaches at the Manhattan School of Music, NYU. I mean, this guy is in demand when it comes to being a percussionist. I would say he's at the top of the world for being an in-demand percussion player. So this is, again, on Friday, November 14th, at 7:30 p.m., Earl McDonald's Black Square Ensemble. We just also scheduled a very exciting show for the following week, November 22nd. It's a Saturday. We're bringing the local favorites, the Kingpins Blues Band, of which I am a member, saxophone player, to the River Room for the Kingpins Presents the Blues Dance Social. So we're going to have very affordable ticket price, and it's going to be a party. We're not doing our cabaret table seating. We're going to clear the dance floor, so you got to put your dancing shoes on for this one. But on Saturday, November 22nd? November 22nd, the Kingpins Blues Band is going to have a dance social at the River Room. So tell your friends. We're going to have bar service, of course, by Trigo. And it's just going to be a rockin' good time. So look forward to that one being announced. Tickets announced very soon for sale. I think we're going to go to a commercial break in just a few seconds here. And when we get back, we're going to talk about Blocktoberfest, what an exciting, fun time that was. If you remember, it was on October 4th, and the temperature outside was like 85 degrees, which was wild. But we'll talk about that when we come back from this message from our sponsors. You're listening to State of the Art with Chris Beaudry, sponsored by Yono Willimantic on WILI 1400 and 95.3 FM. We'll be right back. And we're back, folks, to State of the Art with Chris Beaudry here on 95.3 FM, WILI 1400, Good Company, sponsored by Yono Willimantic. Thank you so much to the folks over there. Go there for your wellness. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried the float tank over there, have you tried it yet, Matt?
I haven't, but
my God, so
I'm missing out on so much.
The experience is, I mean, like, you pay for what you get. I always, believe that in life, and the float tanks there, I believe they're worth close to $40,000 a piece. They're state-of-the-art, like these giant pods. I mean, you look like a pod person when you're about to get into one. But there's showers in the room, so you go in, relaxing music playing, a very, very comfortable climate temperature. You go in, you take a shower, you hop into this pod, which is like triple cleaned with reverse osmosis and infrared, I mean, super clean experience. And you get in, and the temperature is set that it's like just about your body temperature. And so when you really, it takes a little while the first time to be still. I mean, be still my heart. Like this, this world is, it's a mile a minute. But when you realize, I'm just, literally floating, and it feels after a while when you relax like you're floating on air because the temperature, you can't differentiate between where the water ends and where the air starts. And you have the option of, doing it with music, without music. You have the option of doing it with a light on or without.
Right.
So you really kind of like set your own vibe in there. And once you get settled, I'm telling you, man, like you can almost go into, the alpha, the brainwave state of sleep, but without sleeping. I mean, the relaxation and the effects and the weightlessness, I mean, it really takes all the pressure off of your whole, back chain of muscles, your spine and everything. And it is just an experience that I would recommend at least everybody try once. And once you do, odds are you'll go back for a second, third, and just get hooked. So anyway, that's my shout out. And we are a sponsored show, but like that wasn't sponsored content. I really had that experience with my first time in the float tanks at Yono. And then not to mention the great yoga for all ages and abilities. Angie even works with the University of Connecticut athletics teams.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she's like super in demand for, what her knowledge is vast and extensive. She even has that training program for new yoga instructors, so she's churning out quality instructors going out into the world, and she's doing great work over there. So make sure you check her out, Yono Willimantic. Matt, you mentioned that I should talk about the show that happened this past weekend.
Yeah, I saw some pictures on Facebook.
Well, you know why? Because Kasha Dent was there. And when Kasha Dent is there, she will chronicle the entire experience. She's so great and very well versed with social media, that's for sure. But Christine Ullman, the Beehive Queen, the vocalist for many years with the Saturday Night Live band, was there with her band called Rebel Montez. and it took me a while to figure it out, but Rebel Montez is not the name of a musician or a person. It's the name of her band. So
okay, I was questioning that myself.
I did ask her, the origins, and they kind of evade me now, but there was a story there. It was one of those roundabout how you name your band stories, right? Yeah. Inspiration came from other things in her life. Anyway, Rebel Montez, Christine Ullman's band, was there with special guest Cliff Goodwin, who was the guitarist for the great Joe Cocker for many years. And, God, they brought the fire, and the room was just, it was electric. It was really a special show. And I think Christine had a blast, and her band had a blast, so we will be having them back. We oversold the room. We had, 65 capacity, and then we had some band guests, and, everybody just had a great time. I've been in that room every week now, just incrementally improving the sound coverage. So we had some, fireproof sound tiles that we've been using in there for sound dampening, and we had some extras. So I threw those up there because, with the rock shows and the more lively blues shows, such a small room. You think about the basement jazz clubs in New York City, like you're shoulder to shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. We have a little more space than the New York City clubs, but if you have an exposed wall, the resonance in there can get a little wacky. So we've been incrementally improving the sound in the River Room. So if you haven't seen us in a couple weeks, come by and check us out. But I'm thrilled with the product in there, and then especially on Saturday, I was over the moon with what Christine brought to that room. She's a very, very on-the-ball promoter of her show, especially very, very with it when it comes to social media savvy, and we look forward to having her back for sure. And then we haven't talked about Blocktoberfest. What a smashing success that was. Again, thanks to I-98.3 for sponsoring. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to all of our vendors and participants. Special shout-outs to Good Times Coffee for coming in with an additional sponsorship. Special shout-out to Michelle Garabedian, who will be on the radio just after my show for her additional sponsorship. The Wyndham Rec Department, Town of Wyndham, they were all great. Willie Brew came through in a big way, donating a keg of beer to our beer garden, but also serving up their famous beer brats, mac and cheese, brisket. They had quite a spread. It was awesome. The First Congregational Church brought some fried dough. We had all kinds of vendors represented there. We had free pumpkin painting. Shout out to Mackey's of Willimantic for coordinating. We had 120 little sugar pumpkins, and I think like 80 of them were painted by kids who got to take those home. So it was super special. Carnival games that were run by our lovely volunteers. Big shout out to the Willimantic Lions Club. Shout out to the Third Thursday Street Fest volunteers that did an additional event here on the season. Shout out to all of the board members of Willimantic Renaissance, Inc. And it was a great time. The weather was uncanny, very unseasonally warm. Yeah. On October 4th, it was in the 80s. The only complaint about the whole thing, Matt, was that it was too sunny and warm in the beer garden. Like, okay, well, we thought it was October, right. Not much we can do about Mother Nature, but it could have been worse, that's for sure.
That's for sure, right.
So we were blessed in that sense, too. And we ended up raising good funds for Willimantic's Third Thursday and the Willimantic Renaissance, which is the nonprofit organization that runs the Street Fest. Hey, I want to give away a pair of tickets to Leila Sear on October 25th. Give us a call right now, and I'd like to talk to the winner, actually, on air. I haven't done this, any on-air phone conversations, so I'm going to send Matt into a tizzy to set up the capabilities for accepting a phone interview. But I want to hear from you. Who's listening out there? Call us at 860-456-1400 to win a pair of tickets to see the Leila Sear Quintet on October 25th at the River Room. I want to hear from you right now. 860-456-1400. Grab yourselves a free pair of tickets to see Leila Sear. First to call in, and to be eligible, you cannot have won in a previous giveaway. So that offer is out there. The phone number again, 860-456-1400. We got a winner. We're going to talk to him on air.
Good. How are you?
So I don't know if they know that they're going to be on air, but we're going to talk to one of our fans and one of our listeners here. Hello. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ramblin' Ray Schmidt. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, Ray. How are you? I'm doing well. Thanks for listening, Ray. Are you coming to open mic tonight?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God. Well, not only that, but congratulations. You just won yourself a free pair of tickets to see Leila Sear on October 25th at the River Room, so you could pick those up tonight, too.
Oh, my goodness, man. You guys are great. Listen, I always have this station on. I always do. And could you please reach across the desk, if there's a desk, and say thank you to Matt for featuring one of my songs and sharing my dream on his show. I really appreciate that.
Hey, anytime, Ray.
There he is. He heard you. So that show that you're speaking of, Ray, that would be Homegrown, which is Matt's feature show that features artists from Connecticut, and you are an artist from Connecticut. I'm so glad you called in because now we got a little promo time for you here. Tell us about what you're doing musically.
Yeah, just, doing my thing, trying to get out there. And my dream is to get into every nursing home and senior center or any backyard, anybody that would like to hear me sing. And that's what I've been doing since I've been retired. It's been a lifelong dream, and moved to Columbia here over 3 years ago. So I'm glad I met you, the River Room, WILI. It's just been, God has been good.
Well, yeah, that's so amazing. God bless you, Ray, for reaching out to the senior centers and the assisted living homes. What is your style of music, Ramblin' Ray Schmidt?
Oldies, doo-wop, 40s, 50s, 60s to present day John Legend, Eagles, Elvis, Frank Sinatra, you name it.
If anybody's listening out there and they want to take you up on a booking at a senior center or an assisted living facility, how can they reach you?
Yes, I have an email and they can reach me on Facebook.
Well, go ahead and let the people know.
Sure. Email would be RBSCH, the number 1313 at AOL.com. And on Facebook, under Ramblin' Ray Schmidt, RAMBLIN RAYSCHMIDT, and I will get back to you.
That's awesome, Ray. So, have you had any recent gigs at any comparable facilities that you mentioned there, or do you have anything coming up that people can see? I mean, if people want to try before they buy, they can come and hear you at open mic tonight at the River Room at 7:00. But what other gigs do you have lined up, or what are you looking to line up in the near future or the recent past?
I'm looking. A recent past was Columbia Senior Center twice, and looking forward to doing that again during the holiday seasons up at the Beckish Senior Center, and hopefully whoever else would like to get in touch with me, and that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, that's so awesome, Ray. Well, I'm glad you called in. I'm glad you won the tickets. I'm glad you're coming to open mic. Tell your friends. Bring a crowd tonight. And then, if people are listening out there and they want to take you up on your musical services, I recommend they do so by reaching out to the email you just said. And I don't know if you remember, but God, when I was 20 years ago, radio personalities would say, "Now tell them who your favorite radio station is." So I'm going to do that. Tell them who your favorite radio station and radio show is, Ray, before we let you go.
Hey, Homegrown, Willie, WILI, 95.3 FM, all the way.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
What about Chris's show? Come on, state of the art.
Well, he's on State of the Art right now, but if I had to pick a favorite show besides mine, I would pick your show too, Matt, just because what it does for the local music community and people like Ray and artists like that. So, Ray, thank you so much for coming on air with us, and we look forward to seeing you tonight, my man.
All right. Hey, thank you. You guys are great. Keep up the good work. I seriously mean it. Thank you.
All right. Absolutely, Ray. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Ramblin' Ray Schmidt, congratulations to you, sir. Pair of tickets to see Layla Sear on October 25th. And, of course, Ray will be at the open mic tonight at the River Room, Tuesday, October 14th from 7 to 10. If you're looking to perform, sign up indoors at 6:30. I wanted to play a little bit of the show or the artist that Ray just won a pair of tickets to see on October 25th, Layla Sear. This is off of her YouTube channel. The name of the song is First Instinct, and you will hear Layla on vocals. And does she take a trumpet solo in this one? It looks like not, but maybe we'll play a second song because, as I mentioned, a very, very talented vocalist and a very, very talented trumpet player. And you're listening to Layla Sear, First Instinct.
Love First time I saw you, I couldn't ignore the feeling in my soul telling me I want more. I couldn't believe what I was feeling for you, and my first instinct was to open my heart to you. I thought about how my life would be if you never had fallen in love with me, and I thank the Lord every day for listening as I prayed for you. Time and again I found myself in a world of broken dreams, but now I see the meaning of this thing called love.
All right, and we're back. The song First Instinct by Leila Sear. And the band is Elias Maestra on guitar, Tiago Michelin on drums, and Eduardo Belo on acoustic bass. Leila Sear, vocals, and also the composer of the song you just heard. She will be again at the River Room on October the 25th with her jazz quintet, the Leila Sear Quintet. I believe she has a saxophone in the band. She plays trumpet and sings. We'll have an upright bass, drums, and either guitar or piano. Anyway, highly recommend that show. Highly recommend it. You can hear the depth of her vocals and the nuance of her vocals. She is a jazz singer through and through with her execution of the music, and it's going to be a riveting show. Congratulations again to Ray Schmidt for winning a pair of tickets to see that show, and there's plenty available on our website, riverroomwillie.com. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out to one of our favorite other musical organizations, venues, if you will, in town, the Breadbox Theater over at the Covenant Soup Kitchen, 220 Valley Street in Willimantic. They had their first performance of the Fall 2025 music series by Ordinary Elephant and Gail Wade, and that was on Sunday, October 5th at 4 p.m. Coming up next on Sunday, October 19th, will be Lucy Kaplansky at 4 p.m. All shows at 4 p.m. on Sundays. The next show after that, Sunday, November 2nd, it looks like they do every other week or every week, but through December 14th, there are shows. You can find the shows at breadboxfolk.org. All shows are $25. Not only do you support the musicians with your ticket purchase, but you support the wonderful work at the Covenant Soup Kitchen, again, feeding those in need in our community. I think to date, hundreds of thousands of dollars have been raised by Bruce and Therese with this endeavor at the Breadbox Folk Theater. So just a rundown: 19th, Lucy Kaplansky. On November 2nd, Sunday, Aztec Two-Step 2.0 will be there. A very, very popular band always that'll sell out, no doubt. Sunday, November 16th, the Kennedys and the Nields. I'm not so familiar, but I'll definitely check it out. Bruce, obviously, with his network, his vast network of musicians, draws in some really great talent. God, he had Peppino D'Agostino one time. Are you familiar with that name, Matt?
No, I'm not.
Peppino D'Agostino. Check him out, man. I had a method book of his when I was really big into nylon fingerstyle guitar back in the day. And he's one of those flamenco fingerstyle, just virtuoso players. And I couldn't believe that Bruce got him for the Breadbox. So that's the type of talent that they're drawing there. Sunday, November 23rd, Sarah McQuaid. And then the final culminating show of the Fall 2025 series is Amy Gallatin and the Hot Flashes Christmas show. Amy Gallatin came with her band Stillwaters to the River Room, and it was just such a wonderful, what an awesome lady, first of all, but musician, and her band with her partner there, Roger, I believe Waters is his last name, Roger.
That's the guy from Pink Floyd.
That's the guy from Pink. Roger something. Anyway, plays dobro and guitar and sings, and then Roger's son plays in the band, and then they round it out with their bassist. But the Hot Flashes is a different presentation. So if you saw Amy at the River Room for the Stillwaters presentation, this is an all-female ensemble, the Hot Flashes, Christmas show on Sunday, December 14th. So I think Breadbox, if I recall correctly, I was on their ticket site, and they sold out of their season tickets, which is a good thing. Because we did an offer, and I don't know if it's been alerted to folks who hold season passes, but it does say sold out on the website. But you get a 10% discount code to any shows at the River Room. So I want to make sure that everybody that has a Breadbox season pass knows that. So we love to support, folks at the Breadbox. So to kind of sweeten the pot, sweeten the deal for buying your season tickets at the Breadbox, you get 10% discount on all River Room shows for the entire season, matched up to your season ticket. So through the end of 2025. Also, at the River Room, we're about to announce a very special New Year's Eve show and evening, and it's going to be a little bit of a higher ticket price, but the talent and the experience are going to be a little bit elevated as well. So think champagne toast at midnight, think some special hors d'oeuvres, snacks, and then also the bar service will be there as well. So keep an eye out for River Room Willimantic New Year's Eve Spectacular. Keep an eye out for Charlie Brown Christmas. I always love the Vince Guaraldi Charlie Brown music around the holidays. You ever check out that album, man? He's got all those iconic songs like Skating and O Tannenbaum, and there's the versions where the Vince Guaraldi Trio play the instrumental, but then also the Peanuts Gang does the vocals on a lot of them. It holds a really nostalgic place in my heart. So I'm going to bring a trio, a local, actually regional performing trio that is going to do a trio format of the Vince Guaraldi Charlie Brown Christmas in December. And then also the Kingpins are doing that blues dance event. So keep an eye out. We got a lot of exciting things coming up. The open mic, of course, tonight, dance classes tomorrow, and just so much more happening at the River Room. Keep an eye out for that. I'm happy to announce, I don't think I've announced this on air yet, but the River Room was awarded. There were over 10,000 votes cast throughout the whole campaign by the Willimantic Chronicles Reader's Choice for 2025, and the River Room won Best Overall New Business. So yes, thank you. And obviously, it's been a community effort with everything that's gone on to make the River Room possible, from the volunteers in the very beginning to our generous donors and sponsors. This is it takes a village kind of thing, and we're going to be thanking everybody in that edition, which is going to be published on October 25th, the Willimantic Chronicles Reader's Choice. Keep an eye out for that. It is an insert in the actual Chronicle Saturday edition itself. And again, thank you all to everybody who either voted or has supported in any and every way possible. We're just so grateful to the community for receiving us as you have. I think we're about to run out of time. Anything you got to say, Matt? You got an exciting new show coming up Friday with Homegrown, or what?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. So yeah.
Are you still only pre-recording your shows? Are you ever going to do a live one on air with maybe a live performance in studio?
I know I want to do in-studio performances, but I feel it might sound better to like set it up beforehand and have it already.
Oh yeah,
but I'm working on that with the guy from Royal Oaks. I want to get him. Logan, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've been in contact with him and a few other people. I'm going to start setting up interviews and stuff. So,
dude. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Logan Hinton and the Royal Oaks. I forgot to mention, after Blocktoberfest, I'm a glutton for punishment and decided to put a show in the River Room. So, boy, was I scrambling, cleaning up an entire Riverside Drive block party and then trying to do a show with the same sound equipment that I had for the Soul Gyres. Shout out to them as well for bringing. Oh, my God, they got so much of a positive response from everybody. I mean, and they well-deserved. I mean, they're a 10-member band. And their showmanship, coupled with their musicality, coupled with their original compositions, and just their gelling as a band, it was a really special performance. And we're happy to have cleaned up the T-Swap T-shirts with a purpose stage there on Riverside Drive. So hopefully that'll be used more when the warm weather returns to us in 2026. But folks, keep an eye out for everything going on River Room related, Willimantic Renaissance related. Willimantic Renaissance, we're going on a publicity campaign to make folks aware that it is so much more than the Willimantic Third Thursday Street Festival. There's many projects, including the River Room Blocktoberfest, Trick or Treat on Main, Romantic Willimantic Chocolate Fest, Winter Blues Fest, and of course Willimantic's Third Thursday Street Festival. So look for a new website from WRI coming soon. Make sure you're on our mailing list from the River Room at riverroomwilly.com. And we look forward to you tuning in again next week. We're going to be giving away more good stuff. Congratulations again to Ray Schmidt. And you are listening to State of the Art with Chris Beaudry here on 95.3 FM and WLI 1400 Good Company, brought to you by Yono Willimantic. We will see you next week.